Coming up this week, generosity. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Spoilers. We have a chance today to dive deeper into our faith, to dive deeper into what God is calling us to do, where God is calling us to go. We have an opportunity to prepare ourselves for our time of worship this upcoming weekend. We know that we are still in this idea of joy and looking at joy and how important joy is. We're coming up to our last couple of weeks in this very long series. And I think it's important for us to understand what it means to have joy and to accept the joy that God gives to us and how we can find joy and even how we can bring joy into people's lives. Our topic for this week is generosity, and generosity is something that we know brings joy into people's lives. It's a way for us to offer ourselves to help other people. When we've been on the receiving end of generosity, we know that it's a good thing. Knowing that people care about us, knowing that people are willing to help us in any kind of a way, it just helps us to feel good about our situation, that we don't necessarily have to feel overwhelmed by what's going on in life. It's so easy in life to be overwhelmed by everything that's happening or everything that's not happening. And to know that there's someone out there that cares about us is important. So we're using the text this week from Matthew 25, and it's verses 35 through 40. Let's hear what this has to say. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king will reply, Truly I tell you, whatever you did for the least of these, brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. There's this idea that they had a question. Jesus is saying, you're doing good things, you're doing these things for me, and they asked this question, well, when did we do it? I don't remember doing that. I don't remember encountering you and giving you some food and giving you some clothes. And the answer is, when you did it for the least of these. So that, to me, it implies it's a normal occurring thing. It's just a part of our life of discipleship. It's a part of what we do. It's a part of how we follow Jesus. That it's a natural thing for us to be able to help people, because we know that in order for us to be generous, we have to have something first. And we know that God has given us things. God has given us all that we have. God has given us material things. God has given us our spirit. God has given us our presence. God has given us our talents. All these things are meant to be shared. Not just for us. It's not just for us to enjoy. It's not just for us to say, look at what I can do. It's about how can we utilize those things? How can we put those things into practice by sharing them with other people, just like we share the gospel. And really, that's how we share the gospel. We share the good news by being the good news. We share the good news by being in people's lives and engaging in people's lives and finding ways where we can make a difference. So I look forward to talking more about this with you this coming weekend. I look forward to exploring how we might be generous in our lives and how we can take the things that God has given to us and share them with the least of these, the people that we normally encounter in life. Take care, everyone. We'll see you Sunday.